Ben Ford. Batting 7th and playing second, number 7, Gage Wolf. Batting 8th, the catcher, number 23, Luca Morelli. Batting 9th and in right field, number 99, William Duff. And on the mound for your Titans, number 6, Brady Hartman. And will you all please rise and remove your caps for the playing of our national anthem.
Welcome into Jack Hornberger Field. Michael Eganhouse, Tyler Swanson with you for this matchup between the Titans and the Fighting Scots. Tyler, nice to be back with you. And this should be a pretty good matchup for the Titans. They're coming off of a tough conference loss against North Central. How can a team come back from a tough loss like that in conference playing a non-conference opponent now?
Yeah, I would say it's always nice for, certainly when you're in the heat of conference play, the Titans are now to get a nice bounce-back opponent. It's guys you don't see very often. That is Monmouth today, and nice hopefully get a bounce-back win here.
Your pitcher on the mound for the Titans is Brady Hartman. He'll get the start. And a couple of defensive changes for Illinois Wesleyan with the non-conference opponent. Ben Ford is in left, Hudick in center, and William Duff gets the call in right field. Your typical Gergoni and Gadomski on the left side, and it's Wolf and then Casey Swanson at first. And Morelli gets the nod behind the plate to face the Monmouth Fighting Scots. And I would say, Tyler, just in terms of the weather, tonight is a lot better than we were expecting. It's a little bit warmer and no wind.
100%, yeah. When you looked at the forecast earlier today, it looked like you might have some pretty heavy showers here tonight, but it looks like the radar is pretty clear. I do have a light drizzle coming down right now here in Bloomington, but definitely not what we thought was going to come down here.
Hartman is warmed up, and we're set to go for first pitch between the Titans and the Fighting Scots. And it's a strike one on a check swing.
A really nice job by Hartman, throwing a fastball right down the middle, challenge around where I love to see it.
It's Daniel Loomis at the dish for the Fighting Scots. He'll hit that one over to the shortstop. Ranging over and making the play is Gadomski for the first out.
Yeah, it's always nice as a pitcher to have a nice, reliable shortstop as the Titans do in Gadomski. Really nice job by him keeping his glove down, making a good sound play, and getting out number one.
So after the ground out, it's going to be Nathan Reed, the left-hander.
Ooh.
As that one about smokes the next batter in the on-deck circle. Got to be careful back there.
Yeah, sometimes, especially with that left-handed batter up, a late swinger too, and the young duck guy's diving for his life over there.
A 1 pitch inside evens it up at 1-1.
And really, it's the last thing you're looking for as a young deck hitter is a foul ball coming right at you. You're locking it on the pitcher as he fouls another one away, but you're locking it on the pitcher, making sure you're getting your timing down, and next thing you know, a ball is coming whizzing right at you.
It's never a good day when you see a screaming ball coming at you like that as the 1-2 misses outside.
Not a bad miss that time from Hartman. Decided to go a little curveball in the outside corner. We'll see if he comes back with a fastball here.
Looks like he went with a little bit of an off-speed, misses, brings the count full. Reed has 18 walks for the Fighting Scots. He leads them. So he'll spoil a good pitch from Hartman.
At 18 walks is kind of an interesting stat line. You really expect to see that from a leadoff hitter, not the second hitter. Usually the job of leadoff guys to get on base, get the offense started, but I think for the Fighting Scots, you'll take it on base here any way you can.
And he'll watch that pitch go for ball 4. Good eye from Nathan Reed, and a base runner reaches for the Fighting Scots.
And I tell you what, the way Nathan Reed flipped that bat, he looked real confident that pitch was not close. I thought Hartman did a really nice job that time, putting it right on the corner. Unfortunately, it just didn't go his way.
Alexander Dye, the right fielder, is now at the dish, and he'll swing and a miss for strike 1. Good pitch from Hartman, messing up his timing. The 0-1's in there for strike 2.
A nice job by Hartman. He went fastball first pitch to get the hitter off bounds, comes back with a nice bender on the inside corner.
Fighting Scots are coming off of a game against Grinnell in which they won 8-7, looking to continue their success. As the Titans got their 5-game win streak ended yesterday against North Central, they're trying to get back on track. As Hartman with a 1-2 count and 1 out and a runner on first. Good job by Morelli right there, keeping it in front of him.
Yeah, not a bad pitch that time from Hartman. A little bit of a waste pitch, trying to see if he can get a chase. I think he's got to set that one up here for 2-2.
I will swing at that one and hit it fouled on the right field line. Stays at 2-2.
I tell you what, there was a big part of me today that really wanted to park in the parking lot over here off to our left, and I thought to myself, last time I was here, I didn't park here, and my car made it out okay, so I decided to park on the street this time around again.
Very, very smart move. As the 2-2 pitch is going to be delivered. That one's chopped over. And a little miscommunication by the Titans as it looked like Hartman called for it and then called in Morelli, but either way, it's a defensive miscue for the Titans.
Yeah, that was one of those hits that was just kind of in no man's land that time. Nobody really had a beat on it. That time, Hartman and Morelli were just kind of fighting back and forth. One guy said he had it, the other guy said he had it. Nobody got it. And the Fighting Scots have first and second with 1 out.
So it'll be Raul Guillermo as he will step in with 2 runners on. First pitch taken in the turf for ball 1.
An interesting something to note here as this rain does kind of pick up is how slick that ball is that Hartman's throwing. He's thrown the same ball past couple of pitches here. Nothing's been fouled off, so maybe that ball is a little slick. He can't quite get a grip of it right now.
As he misses his location in his second straight pitch. Guillermo up in the count 2-0. That one's chopped over to third, but it's going to be in foul territory towards Gergoni.
I'd like to see a Hartman here come back with a fastball on the outside corner. threw a couple of balls to start off the at-bat, came back with a nice pitch that time, made him foul away, maybe come back here with a nice setup pitch.
Next one again fouled off, that one towards his own dugout. Nice little battle brewing between Hartman and Guillermo. So we wait for the 2-2 pitch with 2 runners on and 1 out. Swing and a miss, strike 3 called as Hartman gets the strikeout, and that was a very nice pitch, got him chasing out a little bit up in the zone.
100%, yeah, nice job by that time by Hartman. A lot of guys like to go breaking ball with 2 strikes. Hartman opts to go fastball, and it paid off for him right there.
Clayton Makovic, right-handed hitter, will hit that one in towards right field. It's going to drop foul, luckily for the Titans.
Yeah, even though that ball drops foul, I really like the backside approach that time Makovic's taking into the box. He knows he's not going to be able to pull a fastball to get to his pull side, decides to go backside, sees the ball away, and sprays it that way. Unfortunately for him, it was just foul.
Runners will stay put, and the 0-1 pitch is called a strike from Hartman. That was a good job by Morelli, keeping that one in the zone a little bit. Little frame job right there.
Yeah, every pitcher loves a guy who can stick it behind the plate, and certainly the umpires like it too.
0-2, strike 3 called, and Brady Hartman, 2 strikeouts will end the inning. Fighting Scots leave a couple of stranded as the Titan bats will come up next. It's the bottom of the first here on the Titan Broadcast Network coming up. Fighting Scots go down 1-2-3 as the Titan bats come up. As we take a look at the Fighting Scots defense, it'll be Makovic in left, Lummis in center, Alex Dye in right, Aiden Scott and Wheat on the left side of the infield, Campen and Reed on the right side, with Almagar, the backstopper for the pitcher, in Wesley Frame. As a potent Titan lineup will come up to bat. We've seen them kind of turn it on during the 5-game win streak, especially scoring a lot of runs. But another thing that we're going to have to keep an eye on is they still are struggling with falling down early, so it's going to be important for them to jump on the Fighting Scots and get a lead.
Yeah, a lot of times when you have such a potent offense, it takes the guys a couple of times around the lineup to see the ball, see what the movement's like, see what the pitches are. But that's not what the Titans want to do here today. They want to get out on top of probably an inferior opponent in Monmouth, really get on top of them, score a couple runs here in the first inning, get themselves off to a good start.
Lead it off for the Titans. It'll be Matt Hudick, followed by Gadomski, the first 2 hitters for Frame that he will see. First pitch is in there for a strike. Caught looking was Matt Hudick. This time he goes a little hunting outside of the zone, swing and a miss, strike 2.
Yeah, tough one that time by Hudick. You could tell what he was trying to do of getting a fastball that time. That time just chased a little bit out of the zone, now pitcher's at an advantage.
Oh, 2 pitch, good take in the dirt as Matt Hudick was patient on that one, choked up on the bat a little bit.
One of the impressive things you'll see out of these Titan hitters tonight is even if they do get down on the count, they battle and fight their way and claw their way back into counts. Those signs of really good hitters that Illinois Wesleyan has.
Another one, they tried to go with an off-speed pitch in the dirt. Brings it to count 2-2. And swing and foul ball, luckily for Hudick. Catcher not able to get it in the glove.
Yeah, really interesting swing that time by Hudick. It looked like it was a breaking ball from frame. That time Hudick caught it out in front and just nicked it. Luckily the catcher couldn't hold on to it.
Frame delivers the 2-2 this time. Taken for ball 3, looked like a pretty good pitch.
Yeah, really nice pitch that time from Frame. A little bit of a high fastball, had some good velo on it. Good take from Hudick, though. Knew he didn't want it, knew he didn't want to chase again. Takes him now, got a full count.
The 3-2 pitch is taken for ball 4, and the Titans have a base runner. And that's exactly how you want to start. Get on the base runners for someone who's been very, very hot in Justin Gadomski, tied for the lead on this Titan team with 5 home runs. Why not make it 6?
Yeah, 100%. Really good start for Illinois Wesleyan. Even though you got down early in the count, you fought your way back and you ended up with the walk. And honestly, probably the best run on the team. Gadomski comes up here with a chance at an RBI.
Check on the runner at first. Hudick back in safely. Saw a lot of throwovers yesterday from North Central and Illinois Wesleyan, but certainly Titans have threats to steal as Gadomski will hit that one straight to the shortstop. Flip over to second, over to first, and they will get the double play. So Gadomski grounds right into the double play ball, and tough break for Gadomski.
Yeah, that's really what the doctor ordered that time from Monmouth. You got the best hitter on Gadomski to roll over a fastball right on the inner part of the play and roll over double play. Nice job by the Fighting Scots to get that one.
So as we talked about Gadomski leading this team with home runs, it's Cade Tomhave, and he leads the Titans in every other statistic you could possibly think of on the offensive side of the ball. He's got a 4.25 average and 28 RBIs on the year. He's got a 1-0 count. And it's a look at a strike on the outside half.
Nice pitch that time from Frame. Looked like a little bit of a fastball. Had some backside run on it and got the called strike.
(2-0) fouled back. Brings it to 2-1 as the rain seeming to pick up a little bit more at Jack Hornberger Field. Frame is set for the 2-1. Great off-speed pitch.
Yeah, really nice job by Frame that time. He went fastball, bender right over the heart of the plate and got called strike 3. Really nice pitching execution by him.
That'll send the Titans back to the dugout. The Fighting Scots will come back up to the plate when we return on the Titan Broadcast Network and 12-Ounce Sports.
OSF Healthcare Cardiovascular Institute has been named one of the top hospital systems in the country for heart care. This prestigious award by the American College of Cardiology comes from our commitment to providing the highest quality of care. From general cardiology to complex surgeries and the latest technology. Nationally recognized heart care right here. OSF Healthcare Cardiovascular Institute.
What is
it's the Fighting Scots up to bat, and the Titans are putting in Jonathan Chulo. And hopefully, I would think that this is just a move for Michael Keller to get some players more playing time, non-conference game. We would hope that Hartman is not injured, but we'll see. But Jonathan Chulo is in the game, and hopefully he can keep it going for the Titans.
Yeah, 100%. Really didn't see anything in the first inning that would suggest that he was injured, but you never know. Maybe something felt a little tight, a little soreness maybe from the last time he threw. Decided to pull him and give Chulo a shot here in the second inning.
So Eric Campen will lead it off in the top half of this inning for the Fighting Scots. As still tied at 0 early in this game, top of the second.
That was really a perfect first inning for if you're a Fighting Scots fan or a player. You really kind of pressured the Titans with a couple of base runners, and you got them down 1, 2, 3, a double play and a strikeout later, and you're back. You're finding yourselves back here up hitting again.
Just how they drew it up as ball one is thrown inside and low to Campen. That one's hit over to second on it, and throw over to first is Gage Wolf. He'll make the play for the first out.
Yeah, really nice routine play that time by Gage Wolf. It's kind of an underrated play sometimes. That was kind of a middle hopper. Caught Gage a little fast that time, but did a nice job of knocking it down and firing a rifle to first base to pick up out number 1 on the inning.
That'll bring up Aiden Scott, the right-handed hitter for the Monmouth. As an absolute heater is thrown for strike 1 by Chulo.
A nice shot by Chulo. It just kind of reared back and fired that time. That one definitely had some velo on it.
Takes a little bit off of that one. Out in front is the hitter, Aiden Scott. Makes it 0-2.
One thing I've noticed that Chulo's done really well, even though he's only thrown a couple of pitches, is he tunnels really well, which means the same arm slot when you're coming forward on your fastball, curveball, and changeup, everything looks the same as it comes out of your hand. When pitchers do that, it's really tough for the batter to just pick up what's coming at you.
Misses low, makes it 1-2. That reminds me of a similar quote. I'm a Chicago Bears fan, so I've been paying attention to Ben Johnson. He had a quote that make a lot of the same things look different. And you mentioned it, Chulo doing exactly that with a 2-2 count. As that one is chopped fair, Chulo will pick it up, throw over, and get the out, as that was a kind of a weird-looking play. Not sure maybe if it was going to go fair or foul.
Yeah, we've seen a couple of those so far. Just balls that guys have gotten on top of a little bit, got too much top spin on it. It's kind of hit in front of that plate area and just kind of died out. But nice job by Chulo, hopping off the mound. Pitchers are athletes too, folks. Nice job by him, getting out in front of the mound and making a nice strong throw to first base to get out number 2 on the inning.
So with 2 outs in the top of the second, it's Hunter Wheat trying to get something going for Monmouth. He'll chop it over to third. On it is Gergoni. He'll throw over and record the third out. 1-2-3 as this game is moving right along. It's the Titans in the bottom of the second when we return on the Titan Broadcast Network and 12 Ounce Sports.
When competition for the best jobs is fierce, how do you set yourself apart? Experience? An education? Yes, but not just any education. At Illinois Wesleyan, we prepare graduates who break through the noise, who run the boardroom, the classroom, the lab, the stage. The best college for jobs in Illinois is right in your own backyard. Reach further, dream bigger, and break through at Illinois Wesleyan University.
as we're headed into the bottom of the second here in Bloomington, Illinois, Titans and Fighting Scots. We'd like to thank all of the donors from yesterday and all-in day at Illinois Wesleyan. Baseball team certainly appreciates your support of all the donors. They would not be able to do what they do if it weren't for the money that they receive. So thank you to all of you for supporting us. And hopefully after last night's conference game, they can pull out a W. Gergoni will lead it off against Wesley Frame.
Leading off of the Titans, number 1, Jimmy Gergoni.
I feel like this might be a little bit of a weird weather game. It's rain on and off, but hopefully it won't affect the game too much.
Yeah, with this kind of weather system, you just never know what you're going to get. I mean, sometimes it could be sleeting, sometimes maybe a little snow flurries could come down, or it could be dry like it is right now. You just hope that the rain kind of holds off for this contest.
Gergoni with an 0-1 count. We'll look at a pitch low for ball 1.
I know on Saturday when we were doing a couple of softball games, there was some rain a little bit at a time, and one of the biggest things that you notice with the rain and the turf is when you see guys slide. Sometimes they'll slide way past the base. So I'm not saying that's going to happen in this game, but definitely something to note if you see a couple of long slides.
Might have to pull out the old Javier Baez type of slides and hopefully not overslide the bag as you mentioned, but certainly is a different playing surface between grass and turf as the 2-1 is way inside. It's a good count for the Titan hitter and Gergoni. (3-1) taken for a strike. Not really surprising there.
No, but it definitely, you like to think that in this kind of contest that the Titan hitters are going to have the green light on 3-1 or 3-0. That time, Gergoni looked like he got a really good pitch. Say it takes there, and now we're back to 3-2.
3-2, watches it for ball 4. Just narrowly missing was Wesley Frame. Great eye by the hitter.
Yeah, there's been a couple of really close takes so far. One from Monmouth, and then that time for Illinois Wesleyan. I really like that pitch from Frame right on the outside corner. Just didn't quite get the call, and the Titans going to get their first runner on base.
Casey Swanson, the lefty at the plate with the runner on. Swanson, one of those substitutions from the lineup into today from yesterday, playing first base. As the first pitch he sees is outside for a ball.
They'd really like to see Swanson here shoot a ball to the right side. They've got a pretty large gap in between the third baseman and shortstop right here. Maybe shoot one to the right side and see if we can get a couple guys running.
As he waits for the 0-1 or the 1-0, excuse me. Make it 2-0. Titans having a pretty good record against these Monmouth Fighting Scots. They're 14-2 overall when they face each other, as that one's taken for a strike. And fun fact for you, Tyler, they're 10-0 against the Fighting Scots at home.
Really?
Yes, sir.
Wow, that is a pretty convincing resume right there. When the Fighting Scots come to town, usually the green and white come out on top, and that's good to see.
As the 2-1 misses ball 3.
Really interesting at bat here. Some interesting pitches by Frame. He's thrown one strike here in this at bat, but it doesn't really feel like he's been competitive. Even though that one strike, he did get caught a strike. It seemed like it was a little high. I like to see Frame be competitive here, especially with a 3-1 count.
No green light last time on a 3-1 count. They'll throw over. Check on the runner. Back safely is Gergoni.
A lot of times as pitchers with pickoff moves, you've got your A move and your B move, and I don't know really what that one that time was from man, but definitely did not look like it was a quick move at all.
The runner went on the pitch, but that's going to be fouled back. So Titans getting a little active on the base paths, but it'll be a full count, and I would imagine that they're going to have him running on a 3-2 count. They usually do.
100%, yeah. Like you mentioned, the Titans really active on the base paths. Last time we saw him here against Carroll, I believe that was last Tuesday. A lot of stolen bases really forced the Pioneers in some errors. I think Coach Carroll and the Titans hope to do that same thing here today.
And they'll check on that runner, and Gorgoni once again probably thinking what we're thinking. Trying to get a secondary lead and get any way to second base that he can, as the 3-2 pitch is low and inside. Doesn't matter. And that's going to be a ball, 4, and 2 runners on now for the Titans.
Yeah, really nice situation here for the Titans with 2 on, nobody out. Got a nice solid hitter. Got a nice solid hitter at the plate in Ben Ford. Like to see Ben split a gap here and bring a couple of Titans in early.
Ford getting some playing time out in left field today. Holding up his end of the bargain on the defensive side of the ball with a chance to put some numbers up on the offensive side of the ball. Titans still looking for their first hit. As he'll chop that over to third, diving play, stepping on third, and the throw over to first. And safe at first, but a fantastic play by Aiden Scott over there, ranging to his right, diving and stepping on the base.
Yeah, it's like you mentioned, terrific play by Aiden Scott. That was not easy by any stretch of the imagination. Did a nice job of stretching out, but number one, he got the ball. Number 2, he stepped on third and made a really strong throw to first base. Just couldn't quite get the double play.
So Titans still got 2 runners on first and second, as Gage Wolf will step up to the box. One out here in the bottom half of the second. Wolf will watch that one outside for ball 1.
And you'd like to see Wolf get a fastball right here, see if he can get a nice barrel on and bring a couple of guys in.
Waits for the 1-0 pitch. Squares the bunt, tries to get it down the third base line, but it'll go foul. We've seen that a couple of times from the Titans where they'll try to get a bunt hit and use their speed. Not a bad idea, but just not able to get it down in fair territory that time.
Yeah, I really like the idea from Gage Wolf that time. He squared the bunt really late in the count, almost got that one down. I just see the Titans kind of play a little small ball here and get the Scots moving on the defensive side.
1-1 pitch, and he couldn't hold himself, as that's called a strike on the swing. Good pitch, got him chasing from Wesley Frame. One-two, called strike 3. Gage Wolf caught looking on that one. He'll head back to the dugout. And Frame, back-to-back nice pitches, gets the punch out.
Yeah, 100%. Frame has been really executed here since the guy's on base. He walked the first guy. He walked the first couple of guys, but ever since then, he's done a really nice job of throwing strikes and getting guys out.
The backstopper, Luca Morelli, with that purplish-orange bat. Looking pretty sweet, in my opinion. He'll take a strike 1.
I do like that color combination there. Even though it doesn't really fit the green and white of the Titans, I like to have a nice colorful bat every once in a while. Let's see if we can get a hit with it right here.
Off-speed pitch, misses low and outside. We saw that in last night's game where the Titans, I would venture to say, saw a lot more off-speed pitches than they usually have seen all season long. Usually they seem to get a lot of fastballs, but lately the teams that they've played throwing a lot of off-speed pitches as that one misses. But what can that do to a hitter from a pitcher's perspective, if you're mixing up those pitch speeds, I mean, it's got to mess with the hitters a little bit.
Yeah, 100%. But usually, as the teams go through conference play, especially as the years goes on, teams know who guys have and what they can and can't hit. I think that's stuff what the Titans have run into here in the past couple of contests. I mean, the Wesleyan is a good overall hitting team, but certainly it helps to hit when the ball comes straight at you, and that's what the Titans have hit fastball as well. But on the hitter perspective, it is really tough to know that sometimes that a lot of breaking balls are coming, and you just have to hope that those breaking balls miss and you get a good solid count to get yourself a fastball.
That last pitch was in the turf, and it got past the catcher, so both runners are going to advance for the Titans. Prime opportunity, second and third, 2 outs. It's a 3-1 count. And strike is called.
Yeah, really nice job from Frame. Could have been easy to give him the open base that time with the walk. Instead, comes back with a nice competitive fastball and picks up strike 2.
Important pitch here early for the Fighting Scots. Wesley Frame, 3-2 pitch is going to be fouled off. Good job by Morelli staying alive.
Yeah, as you mentioned a little bit earlier in the contest, that's what the Titans pride themselves on, is being good hitters, fighting off tough pitches and trying to barrel good ones.
Morelli with the chance to drive in. Couple of runs. They want to get up early as he waits for another 3-2 pitch. This time lays it off. Ball 4. The bases are loaded. William Duff. If that wasn't a great opportunity for the Titans beforehand, it is certainly now.
Yeah, this is certainly a big spot earlier in this contest. You like to take advantage when you got guys on base, and Wesleyan's got a great opportunity right here.
Saw last night, Titans had a couple of opportunities that they weren't able to take advantage of, and that ultimately came back to bite them as North Central bested them. But this is a new day and a new game to try and change those opportunities and do something with it, as the 1-0 pitch is hit down the left field line, but it's going to go foul. Student section down there, third base line, always showing up and showing out for the Titans.
That's what you love to see. Rain, shine, snow, and everywhere where the Titans students show up to support their baseball team.
As the next pitch in the dirt, good block, as that was a wild pitch, but Zach Almagar doing his job, keeping the runners where they're at.
Yeah, Almagar's kind of been an unsung hero so far in this inning. He's tapped at a couple really tough pitches. That was certainly one of them right there. If that ball gets by, definitely 1, maybe 2 scoring that time.
A 2-1 count to Duff. He will look at it for a strike, thought about swinging it. Not sure that it would have been mattered on the swing. It looked like he went pretty far.
100%, yeah, that time he definitely broke the plane of the plate. Definitely broke his wrist that time. Probably would have been a strike either way.
2s across the board as the delivery again in the dirt, as Duff helping out Swanson on third, telling him to stay there. That's one of those little details, Tyler, that I think people can miss sometimes. Just a little thing like that can really help a team communicate, and that could be the difference between a winning run or not getting it.
100%, yeah. A lot of the times, especially with the on-deck batter, hit to the outfield or pass balls or coaching guys in, knowing when to slide, knowing when to slide, knowing when to go, when not to go. Definitely an underrated part of the game when it comes to base running.
The 3-2 pitch misses for ball 4, and that'll bring in a run for the Titans as William Duff able to draw the walk. And that is the sign of a very patient and good offense when you can draw a walk and get a run in on a walk.
Right, yeah, we mentioned this a couple times in the pregame, but Wesleyan is just they've got so many good hitters that are all patient up there. They know what they're looking for. If it's not there, they'll gladly take their walk and bring one of their buddies in for a run.
First pitch to Matt Hudick. Misses low. 1 ball, 0 strikes as Wesley Frame trying to get out of a jam. Bases are still loaded as time is called. Frame already with 5 walks to his name. There's another one taken by Hudick in the dirt.
I'd like to see Frame just come back with a competitive pitch here. Even if it ends up in a base hit, I'd like to see him be competitive right here and throwing right down the plate.
2-0, make it 3-0. 3 straight balls thrown to Hudick as Ford was dancing down there at third base. Maybe trying to mess with the mind of Frame.
Yeah, definitely a little bit of gamesmanship down there at third base by Ford. Got right in Frame's eyesight when he looked back and came set. Maybe nice gamesmanship that time by the Titan.
3-0 will miss. Ball 4 and yet another walk and a run for the Titans. And that's going to cause a little bit of a meeting between Frame and his catcher, Almagar. Scots have a pitcher starting to warm up down the left field line. And you can't really ask for a better start if you're Michael Keller and the Titans. I mean, this is exactly what you wanted to do coming off of that tough loss. You want to come out, be aggressive, get runs early, and they're being aggressive but also patient at the same time. They're getting a lot of walks, and that's how they're getting their runs.
100%. Yeah, Titans coming off a tough conference loss yesterday. The Cardinals of North Central looking for a bounce back here today, and really can't ask for much better start. You've played good defensive baseball so far in the 2 innings, and here in this inning you've been patient, and not swinging out of your shoes, but being patient, good hitters, and it's contributed 2 runs so far.
Speaking of conference play, as we'll take a quick look at the standings. In terms of winning percentage, North Park is leading it. They are 4-1 in conference. Then it's North Central, Carthage, and then Wesleyan. So they find themselves 4th right now in the conference at 5-3. Obviously, teams have played a different number of conference games, but that kind of gives you a little bit of an idea in terms of winning percentage, what the conference looks like, as that one's chopped to the shortstop. He'll throw over. Nice scoop for the out, and that'll end the inning. But the Titans draw first blood as it is 2-0 with the Fighting Scots coming up next on the Titan Broadcast Network.
When competition for the best jobs is fierce, how do you set yourself apart? Experience? An education? Yes, but not just any education. At Illinois Wesleyan, we prepare graduates who break through the noise, who run the boardroom, the classroom, the lab, the stage. The best college for jobs in Illinois is right in your own backyard. Reach further, dream bigger, and break through at Illinois Wesleyan University.
We're back at Jack Hornberger Field, and Tyler, not really surprising. We talked about it earlier. Chulo coming into the game. Now they're going to bring in Caleb Martinez, and this is clearly just a move that Michael Keller is just trying to get some other people some playing time, non-conference game. Good opportunity for some other guys to get some playing time that might not see the field as much.
100%. I like to see those from Coach Keller, of getting guys in the field that otherwise, like you mentioned, just might not see the field in some conference games, and that's the way baseball goes sometimes. But I'm sure these guys that are pitching today or playing the field are going to take their opportunities when one's given to them today. Really, the last time we saw Martinez against Carroll, he really was an effective pitcher. Came in, did a really nice job in relief. We'll see if he can do that again here today.
He'll face Zach Almagar as his first hitter, and he'll deliver a strike right down the pipe.
This is also really tough for Monmouth. It's facing just when you think you got one guy squared up in one inning, and the next guy comes in out of the bullpen the next inning, and you just really never get a rhythm offensively.
Martinez tries to go outside, evens up at 1-1. And yeah, it's a smart move by Keller when you got a lot of guys, as that one's hit into center field. Matt Hudick on it and under it and makes the grab. But really a smart move when you get the opportunity even to just throw your opponents off. You're really doing it for yourself because you know that you got conference games coming up, but it also plays a part on the opposing team when you're able to switch it up like that, and it really is hard to try and figure out a new pitcher when it seems like you're getting a new one every single inning.
100%, yeah, it's never easy if you're the hitters. When you think you got one guy timed up, Wesleyan brings another arm out of the bullpen, and it's just hard to keep your offensive rhythm going. You're facing a different guy every inning.
Daniel Lummis at the plate as smokes that one down the left field line, but that's going to go foul, and my goodness, that looked like it could have been a fair ball off of Lummis's bat, but fortunately it was not.
Yeah, really tough break that time by Lummis. Did a nice job of keeping his hands on an inside pitch that time. Just couldn't quite get it. Just couldn't quite hook it fair.
He'll recollect his bat and go back at it with Martinez with an 0-2 count. Oh-2 pitch called, strike three, got him looking. Caleb Martinez comes in relief and gets the strikeout as Nathan Reed will step up to the plate, but Caleb Martinez certainly showing his repertoire there, got the strikeout looking.
Yeah, Caleb Martinez has certainly got a really quality mix of pitches, whether it's fastball or curveball. That time it was a curveball, caught the bottom part of the zone for strike three. Really nice pitch by Martinez.
First pitch gets behind the catcher, Morelli. Reed looks at that one for a strike. Most patient hitter for this Fighting Scots team. He'll swing and a miss for strike two, brings it to 1-2 with one out.
And Martinez is certainly displaying his full repertoire right now. That pitch was a changeup, and he really got the quality hitter of the Fighting Scots way out in his front foot. It's a whiff of the changeup.
That one is in the dirt. It's 2-2. There are two outs in the inning. Oh, good eye right there. Maybe Morelli thought that was possibly strike three, but umpire said it's not.
Yeah, a lot of the times when you see that catcher pop up like that, especially with two strikes are going to throw it around, and Morelli was there for that time, but instead ends up in a walk.
Runner on first for the Fighting Scots as Alex Dye will step into the dish. Dye was 1 for 1 on his day so far early in this one. So he takes a hack at the first pitch, fouls it off. Maybe got his foot a little bit. That never feels good.
No, especially when you've got this kind of cold weather. Bones are a little better. Everything's a little bit tighter. Certainly that ball did not feel good coming off his foot.
It's a 0-1 count. They'll throw over, check on the runner. Reed is back in there safely. Off-speed pitch misses, maybe a little bit inside.
I can't quite remember. Do the Fighting Scots have a hit yet today?
They do.
Okay.
They do. That one misses low.
You've kind of seen on full display right here what just having one base runner can kind of do mentally to a pitcher. Martinez was just kind of in a roll with nobody on base. Had a couple of quick strikeouts, and all of a sudden with one guy on base, he's kind of struggled to find a strike zone here.
Last pitch fouled down the left field line. 2's across the board for Caleb Martinez against Dye. Dye is the man with that hit for Monmouth. Titans lead it 2-0. As an off-speed pitch will miss the location. Got away from Martinez right there.
Yeah, that time he was definitely trying to go curveball. Just couldn't quite get his front head out in front of that one. That's why it ended up high.
3-2 pitch. You think they're sending the runner here?
It does not quite look like it. Obviously they sent him here.
As that'll be hit up the middle and going first to third and sliding in there safely, or standing, excuse me, is Nathan Reed.
I was going to say before that pitch was thrown, Nate Reed did not exactly look like a speedster to me, but definitely underestimated his wheels that time as he got first to third with ease.
So runners on the corners. Scott's threatening to cut into the Titan lead as Raul Guillermo will step in. Titans do have 2 outs though. So Martinez, as long as he is able to get Guillermo to find himself into an out, it'll end the inning as a swing and a miss for strike 1 got him chasing.
Yeah, nice job by Martinez off giving up a hit that last at bat. Nice job by him come back with a nice pitch that time.
That one misses. Evens it up at 1-1. Guillermo tied for the lead in homers as he'll single that one into left field. And that'll be an RBI single, so not a home run for Guillermo, but gets the job done as the Titans now lead it 2-1. Monmouth cutting into the lead with the RBI single.
Yeah, really nice looking swing that time from Guillermo. Got the pitch he was looking for in a fastball and drove it right into left field for a nice base hit and brought in the first runner of the game for the Scots.
Right-hander and left fielder for the Fighting Scots, Clayton Makovic. Looks at first pitch strike on the outside half. Makovic, a strikeout victim his last time up. This time bounced in the dirt. Maybe Martinez, a little bit of a grip issue on that pitch.
Yeah, it definitely looked like it that time. Martinez was just trying to throw a fastball. Maybe couldn't quite get on top of it, or like you mentioned, maybe just slipped out of his hand that time.
Another one off speed, tries to go to the same location and hits the exact same location as he did before. Brings it to 2-1. Guillermo on first, Dye on second. Chopped foul behind the plate. Fighting Scots able to get a couple of base runners, finding a couple of hits. Titans have gotten their runs without getting any hits, but any way you can get runs across the board is important as the 2-2 pitch misses inside, but good opportunity for this Fighting Scots. They've got one back, looking to get some more runs here to maybe take the lead.
Right, yeah, the Fighting Scots have just done a nice job of just kind of battling this inning. They got down with 2 outs right away, and as we see another walk right here, but then a nice job of fouling off tough pitches, taking not so good ones, and the ones that they've gotten that are good they've hit them. So they've done a nice job offensive in this inning so far.
That walk will cause a mound visit for the Titans, not wanting to let the Fighting Scots do any damage to tie this one up or take the lead. The whole infield will huddle around pitcher Martinez. But good job by coaching staff for Wesleyan right here. Bases are loaded. Even though you have 2 outs, just kind of go out there, hey, you're all right, calm down, and do what you do best.
Right, and Coach Keller definitely knows what he's got in Martinez. He's got an experienced veteran pitcher who's got good stuff, really knows how to throw the baseball, and what he just said to him right there was, we know you got us and we got you. Any ball is being put in play, we're gonna make a play here and get ourselves out of the inning.
You got us and we got you. That's a mentality that we were talking with Jake Pullum last night about as strike one is delivered. He was saying that it's really easy to pitch for this Titan team as they're a really tight-knit group. And that's always a good thing when you have a tight-knit group. You got everyone's back. As the 0-1 is smoked over Gadomski's head, and that's going to score a couple for the Scots. That will be 2 runs. And just like that, Monmouth will take the lead 3-2. As the Monmouth fans making their voices heard here at Jack Hornberger Field. Good turnout. We appreciate their support coming out to Jack Hornberger Field, no matter who you root for.
100%, yeah, you just love to see. It's a beautiful ballpark. You love to see a lot of fans in the stands. As barring the weather, we've actually got a pretty good crowd here on hand for this contest.
So after that 2 RBIs for the lead, it's Aiden Scott stepping up to the plate. Martinez needs to hunker down right here and battle it out. You don't want to give him any more runs. 3 hits, 3 runs for Martinez. 2 walks and a strikeout.
I know we've talked about this a couple of previous times in the broadcast, but it really just takes one guy to get on base who just kind of gets in the mind of the pitcher. Pitcher knows he's there and he's giving a couple of base hits this inning because of it.
Not able to get a hit is Aiden Scott right there as he grounds it to short. And they'll flip for the force out. But the Fighting Scots jump on the Titans. They'll take a lead. It's 3-2 as we're headed to the bottom half of the inning.
Why is Illinois Wesleyan the #1 school in Illinois for jobs? Maybe it's because we're the AND University. That's right, A-N-D. And here you can explore the arts and study in a pre-professional program, double major, and play a sport, do an internship, and study abroad. Your opportunities are endless. Set yourself apart with a degree from Illinois Wesleyan.
Berg drives one in the air to center field. This is down for a base hit. The Titans are going to win the ball game. Ethan Berg walks it off, and the Titans storm all the way back with 9 runs in their last 2 innings. They win it tonight, 13-12.
Bottom half of the inning for the Titan Bats as Tyler Ithal will come into the game for the Fighting Scots. So maybe doing a similar thinking of getting some new pitchers in here for Monmouth. They took the lead the last inning. Maybe want to give the Titans a little bit of a different look.
100%, yeah. I think if you're the coaches for Monmouth, you really thought that the Titans kind of found their groove. In a sense, last inning, obviously they didn't get any hits, but they were seeing him well last inning. They were seeing Frame well last inning and picked up a couple runs because of walks and picked up a couple runs because of walks. So maybe a different look here, especially now that Monmouth's got the lead.
We mentioned the fan turnout here at Jack Hornberger Field. Those of you watching on the stream, we appreciate you tuning in, as it's a gloomy day here in Bloomington, Illinois. The nice weather is coming, Tyler. We keep saying it, and it's not coming, but it's going to come at some point.
Man, I sure hope so. We've had last week was pretty brutal with rain. back half of the week, and this week so far it has not exactly been pleasant with the temperatures.
Ithal versus Tom Have is the first matchup in the bottom half, as that one's fouled back for strike one. Tom Have way out in front of that one.
Yeah, I think Tom Have was expecting a fastball that time. Instead got a little bit of an off-speed pitch, and like you mentioned, just kind of nipped it off the end cap that time.
Good eye taken outside, evens it up at 1-1.
Yeah, as we've kind of mentioned a couple of times before, Tom Have leads Wesleyan in almost all statistical categories on the offensive side. Just a really solid hitter in the center of this Titans lineup.
He's in a 2-1 count. If he gets on base, he is stealing bases at an 80% rate. 8 stolen bases on 10 attempts, as that one's in there for a strike. One of those speedy Titans. If he gets on, he'll certainly try and find himself into scoring position. Two pitch scorched down the third base side, but it's going to go foul.
And Monmouth's had a couple of close calls. They had a close call with the on-deck hitter in the first inning. And that time, the guy who was protecting the pitcher way down the line almost had one coming at him.
Got to watch out down those bullpens. Seen a couple of videos of Major League ball boys missing a couple of balls, and the bullpen gets a little upset with them as that one's taken outside for a ball. But got to do your job down there in the bullpen.
Yeah, 100%.
3-2 count to the hitter, Tom Have. Took a little bit off of one, but it's going to be ball 4 as that one watched by Tom Have high.
Really nice at bat that time by Cade. Saw a lot of pitches, fouled some off. Instead, he takes a walk and gets the Titans off to a good start here in inning number 3.
First walk for Ithal. He'll face Jimmy Gergoni, who is also a Titan with a walk. Right on cue, the runner goes, and that one's hit into center field. Ranging on it, making the grab is Lummis. The throw back to first. It's going to be past the first baseman. He couldn't quite reach it, and the Titans were very close to getting doubled off.
Yeah, that was just kind of a mad scramble play. Really can't blame the hitter for the Titans that time. I thought he did a nice job of putting the ball in play. Center fielder made a really nice break on it that time. Made a really nice break, able to cut it off in the gap and almost double off the Titans.
So after a little bit of a base running scare, Casey Swanson's at the dish. He also has a walk to his name. He will look at a first pitch ball. Tom Have running on the very first pitch, last at bat, using his speed to his advantage. That one's outside, but not really surprising. We mentioned his steal rate's very, very high, and it almost cost him, but able to get back.
Yeah, right. And you really think when a guys like Tom Have are getting ready to go, that the last thing they're thinking about is being doubled off, and that's almost exactly what happened right there. You gotta like the aggressiveness that time by Coach Keller. The hit and run almost worked to perfection, the hit and run almost cost him, but you like to have the aggressive nature that time of maybe that ball, instead of getting caught, sneaks in a gap, and the Titans are picking up run number 3.
Advantageous count, 3-0 pitch, misses for a walk. Swanson reaches. There's 2 on now for the Titans.
Left fielder number 3, Ben Ford.
Ben Ford at the dish. Saw the Scots take the lead using their opportunities. Titans getting another one here. Only 1 out in the inning. That one's taken for a strike. Last thing you want to do if you're the Titans here is hit a ground ball in the infield.
100%. Yeah, you like to see the Titans here put them on in a gap and try to knock a couple of guys in, but even that maybe force the maybe play a little small ball here with a couple outs to give. Force the Fighting Scots to make a play.
Ithal will miss high to the hitter Ford. Titans are on a 6-game win streak against Monmouth, dating back to 2012, as that one misses just outside and low. Certainly talk about when you have a team's number, the Titans have the Fighting Scots number, but the most important number right now is a 3-2 score in favor of the Scots. 2-1, big swing and a miss for strike 2, though. Ithal trying to figure out Ben Ford with a 2-2 count. Misses inside, brings it full. Really nice job by the Titan hitters. We've seen a lot of deep counts going on so far early in this game.
Yeah, and really the more pitches you can make this Monmouth pitching staff throw, it's really an advantageous advantage for the Titans. Just because they are such good hitters that the more pitches you see thrown, the more you can pick up the spin and the break of the ball. As you see a foul ball off to the right side here. But back to my point, just the more pitches you can see, the better off this Titans line will be later in the game.
Both runners were moving on that 3-2 pitch. Ford just not able to find the gap. So we'll do it again. Ithal versus Ford on a 3-2 pitch. This time lays it off for ball 4. The bases are loaded.
Really nice job again by this a crafty Titans hitter. Got down early in the count that time, fought his way all the way back and ends up with a walk, and the Titans have Gage Wolf coming up here with bases loaded and 1 out.
Gage Wolf, one of those offensive powerhouses for this Titan team. He was top 3 in categories, still is. He was number 1 in a lot of categories before a guy named Cade Tomhave came along and pretty much stole all of those rankings, but having himself quite the year and a 1-0 count right now. Make it 2-0.
Holy cow, I don't know if you noticed this, but down the left field line, a Monmouth Fighting Scot ball got loose, and must have been one of the pitcher onlys tried to go out and get it, and the head coach had to yank him and bring it back into foul territory that time.
Lucky a ball wasn't hit down there, as the 2-0 is in there for strike 1.
We'll see what Gage can do here with a 2-1 count, and definitely a favorable count for him. We'll see if he gets a fastball to drive right here.
2-1, good job laying it off inside, makes it 3-1. Ford at first, Swanson on second, Tomhave at third. Titans threatening. 3-1, fouled off, just gets a piece of it.
Even though the Fighting Scots pitching staff has given up 2 runs so far, I really feel they've done a nice job of avoiding the big barrels of this Titans lineup. They've thrown good pitches in key spots, contributing to outs.
3-2 pitch. Fouled down the right field line towards the dugout.
Even though that was fouled off pretty hard that time by Gage, again, I think Monmouth has really put the ball in good spots in key moments of this game. That time, it was a 3-2 fastball right on the inside corner, made Gage foul it off, gave him really nothing he could barrel up.
Ithal ready again for a 3-2 pitch. This time, Wolf makes contact. Coming in on it is Dye in right field. Runner tags. Throw is going to be at the plate. The runner smartly goes back to third base. He would have been out.
Yeah, and you see what Gage Wolf was trying to do right there. He tried to kind of muscle down one up into the left side sky just couldn't quite get enough on, and that time it just didn't do his job.
Luca Morelli, the backstopper, now tasked. Bases are still loaded, 2 outs. Titans down by 1 in this bottom of the 3rd inning. As that one's going to be hit high. That's going to go back out to Die in right field. He'll camp under it, and Titans leave the bases loaded as they can't scratch across the tying run. The Fighting Scots keep their lead. It's 3-2 as we head to the top inning of the 4th on the Titan Broadcast Network.
When competition for the best jobs is fierce, how do you set yourself apart? Experience? An education? Yes, but not just any education. At Illinois Wesleyan, we prepare graduates who break through the noise, who run the boardroom, the classroom, the lab, the stage. The best college for jobs in Illinois is right in your own backyard. Reach further, dream bigger, and break through at Illinois Wesleyan University.
Little Chelsea Dagger plays at Jack Hornberger Field as Caden Addis, the lefty, will come in for the Titans. Good song. I don't know if that was his choice, but always gotta love the Little Chelsea Dagger as Titans trying to find their way back into this one. Only down by 1. They're in a good spot with Addis on the mound.
Yeah, I feel like even though the Titans have kind of been outplayed by Monmouth so far in this contest, they still find themselves only down 1 run right here going to the top of the 4th.
Plenty of baseball left to be played as yet another pitcher coming in for the Titans. Hunter Wheat will be the first hitter that Addis will face.
You gotta wonder as we get later in this contest if Coach Keller will continue to go with this 1 pitcher per inning strategy, or if this game continues to stay close in later innings of this game, if he decides to change it up and go with maybe 1 guy for a couple innings, or stay with the 1 guy per inning strategy so far they've displayed.
I would think that if it stays close, they would want to get some stability in there. They probably really want to win this one, considering it's a non-conference game. You want to grab every non-conference game that you can, considering how important those conference games are, as a swing and a miss brings it to 0-2.
100%. When you're in the heat of the conference season, you don't really get a lot of opportunities to play non-conference teams. A lot of those usually come at the beginning. A lot of those usually come at the beginning of the season. So this is definitely an interesting opportunity the Titans have at their hands.
That one's fouled back and out of play. Wheat with a plate appearance already and a ground out and a swing and a miss, and counted as a strikeout for Caden Addis. He'll send Wheat back to the dugout.
Number 2, Zach Almagar.
Zach Almagar, now the hitter for the Scots. He's got a plate appearance in this one, and it was a foul out the last time. Foul tip for strike 1. See what Addis goes with on the 0-1 pitch. Goes with heat and gets another foul tip for strike 2.
Yeah, even though those two it seems like Almagar's kind of cut up to the fastball. Fastball that Wheat's had right here.
0-2. That one fouled back once again. Almagar making Addis work coming into this one. His first action. Oh, 2 pitch misses low, brings it 1-2. Next one, check swing. But no swing, says the first base umpire.
Man, I thought that was really good execution that time by Addis. Set him up with a couple of backdoor fastballs. That time went with the swooping breaking ball. Caught most of the plate and almost got a check swing that time.
2-2 pitch. Called strike 3. Another strikeout for Caden Addis. Hits his location. Great pitch on the inside part.
That kid in Addis says, if you're not going to give me the strikeout on the first pitch, I'll take that one and put it in my back pocket and throw an even better pitch on strike 3. Really nice job by Addis bouncing back right there.
Lummis at the plate. 2 at-bats and a strikeout to his name. He'll hit that one into center field. Hudick on it for the Titans. He'll catch it for the 3rd out. Caden Addis comes into the game. 1-2-3 go the Fighting Scots, and the men in green and white up to bat next on the Titan Broadcast Network and 12-ounce Sport.
Why is Illinois Wesleyan the #1 school in Illinois for jobs? Maybe it's because we're the AND University. That's right, A-N-D. And here you can explore the arts and study in a pre-professional program, double major, and play a sport, do an internship, and study abroad. Your opportunities are endless. Set yourself apart with a degree from Illinois Wesleyan.
William Duff will be at the dish for the Titans as we head into the bottom half of the inning. Titans down by 1, 3-2 your score. And a little surprising that the Titans have 2 runs and they still have no hits.
Yeah, this is certainly a really potent offense that the Titans put on display game to game. But I mentioned this past 7 times with the play, but Monmouth's done a really nice job of avoiding the barrels of the big boppers of the Titans lineup. Instead, kind of working around, forcing force outs. But obviously, those 2 runs did come off a couple of walks.
We'll see if the Titans can find their first hit of this game. Duff has one of the RBIs for this Titan team, and he also has a walk, which we've seen plenty of for the Titan hitters. But if you're Coach Keller, you probably can't complain, I guess, if you're getting walks.
Yeah, I really think that even though Wesleyan doesn't have a hit, it is kind of a testament to how good of hitters they are that they don't have any hits, but the Titans still have 2 runs and are right in this ball game.
It's the tunes pumping here at Jack Hornberger Field. Lights are on. Really, it turned out to be a beautiful evening for baseball, as we have a new pitcher for Monmouth, excuse me.
As you mentioned, the tunes are pumping here at Jack Hornberger. I can't really say I've heard this one before. I don't know about you, but can't really say I've heard this song before. Most of those songs that come across the speakers here, I've heard before, but this one I just can't quite pinplace it.
I couldn't tell you what the name of it is or who it's by, but I'll tell you what, I recognize it as one of the pump-up songs for the dugout. They get a little dancing going on. As the new pitcher is Gianni Galicchio. Didn't want to screw that up with the pronunciation. Make sure I get it right there. It's the first pitch hit over to second. Ranging over and making the play is the second baseman for the Scots and Eric Campen.
And really, as a nice play by the Scots that time, but really, as this game kind of mounts and we get in towards the later innings, all the pressure is really on the Titans in this one. Monmouth's kind of got nothing to lose. As you mentioned earlier in the contest, Wesleyan's got a 10-0 advantage here at home at Jack Hornberger Field over the Monmouth College Fighting Scots. So that was something to watch as we get closer to the finish of this one.
Hudick at the dish, squared to bunt, pulls it back in time. Another one of those things that we've seen from the Titan hitters when they're not able to get as much going on the offensive side of the ball, drop a bunt down and try to beat it out.
Yeah, if I remember correctly, it was against the Pioneers of Carroll last Tuesday here at Jack Hornberger Field that the Titans really struggled offensively early in that contest, similar to this one, and it was just a couple of bunts and a couple of walks that really got the offense going in that contest.
A little bit of a wild pitch makes it 2-0. One out in the bottom of the fourth. Hudick, your hitter. He'll watch that one out of the zone for another ball. Good count for a green light right here for Matt Hudick. But instead, he'll take the walk. That'll do it.
Is Hudick 3 for 3? Well, technically over 3, but I do believe he has 3 walks in this contest so far.
You would be correct, sir.
That's a really a sign of a good leadoff hitter right there. Hasn't quite put the bat on the ball yet, but still found ways to get on base 3 out of 3 times.
Gadomski, the righty, at the dish for the Titans. Hudick on first after the walk. First pitch inside to Gadomski, 1-0.
Yeah, as I mentioned before, Gadomski is probably the best hitter on this Titans lineup, and we'll see if he gets one to knock you out of here right here.
That one gets away, misses 2-0 the count. Galicchio set for the 2-0. Gadomski chops that one right back up the middle. Shortstop steps on second, over to first. And they'll get the double play. And again, that was the last thing that the Titans wanted to do right there.
100%. Yeah, just another tough break by Justin Gadomski right there. Seemed like he just kind of rolled over a fastball that time, rolled it right to the shortstop, an easy double play for the Fighting Scots.
That'll do it for the Titan half of the inning. The Fighting Scots coming back up to the plate with a lead 3-2 on the Titan Broadcast Network and 12-ounce sports.
OSF Healthcare Cardiovascular Institute has been named one of the top hospital systems in the country for heart care. This prestigious award by the American College of Cardiology comes from our commitment to providing the highest quality of care. From general cardiology to complex surgeries and the latest technology. Nationally recognized heart care right here. OSF Healthcare Cardiovascular Institute.
What
(3-2) is your score. Fighting Scots have the advantage. Mike Liegenhaus, Tyler Swanson with you on the call as the Fighting Scots back up to bat with Nathan Reed Caden Addis back out on the mound for the Titans.
For Monmouth, number 24, Nate Reed.
If you're the Titans, defensively, you just want to keep this one close. They were able to claw their way back last night. Got the lead, or tied the game, in the bottom of the ninth. Just not able to win it in extra innings, but keep it close is all you got to do, as it's an 0-1 count. Make it 1-1 with the ball outside.
Interesting, Coach Keller's decision right here to sit Caden Addis back on the mound. Had a really solid inning last time we saw him, and he's back here on the mound for the second straight inning.
Certainly not something we've seen early in this game. Titans go into their bullpen a lot, as the 1-2 pitch is in the dirt, makes it 2-2 the count.
One thing I can appreciate about Caden Addis is he's an extremely quick worker. Catches the ball, gets right back on the rubber, and we're throwing the next pitch. I really like that out of the pitcher.
3-2 pitch coming from Addis. Fouled down the third base line. Full count. We'll see what he goes with to try and get the out. As the 3-2 will miss, and that'll be a leadoff walk. And those can be very, very dangerous.
100%, yeah. Nice at bat that time by Nate Reed, but a lot of the times, I don't know the exact number, but I want to say it's around the percent of 60 to 75% of leadoff walks end up coming around all around the bases to score. So definitely not what the Titans wanted to get this inning.
Alexander Dye at the plate. 2 for 2. So he'll foul the first pitch back. He's having himself a good day, seeming to figure out these Titan pitchers pretty well.
Yeah, which has honestly been really impressive, because he's seen a different one every time he's been at the plate. So that's a sign of a good hitter right there.
Reed on first. Big swing and a miss, as maybe Dye was trying to do a little something with that ball, but comes up empty-handed. Tough count now for Dye, 0-2. Oh-2 pitch hit into right field. And under it, making the catch, is Duff out there in right field for the Titans. Now that'll set up Guillermo with the runner on first, and a potential double play is in order.
Yeah, especially no offense to Raul Guillermo, but he doesn't exactly look like the speediest fellow out there. So it'd be nice if the Titans could roll up a 2-ball right here.
Guillermo will look at a first pitch for a ball. He is 1 for 2, an RBI and a strikeout. Takes that one low. Guillermo, your more typical power hitter. As we mentioned, coming into the game, 4 home runs, 23 RBIs. Towards the top of the leaderboard for the Fighting Scots, but he'll sky that one into right field. Duff on it, and for the out, Titans now have 2 outs. That's an important out right there with that power hitter at the plate.
100%, yeah. Nice job by Duff out there on right field. That's kind of an underrated play. Sometimes these lights here in the sky can play tricks on you. Nice job by him on getting under that one and getting the power hitter out.
Makovic, the Fighting Scot at the dish, a walk and a strikeout. His first pitch taken high for a 1-0 count. 1-0 misses low, make it 2-0. Talking to Jake Pullum last night, he mentioned that he actually prefers to have hitters on base. And he feels like he does better when he has runners on base, which I found very, very interesting. I wouldn't think that would be what a pitcher would want.
I tell you what, coming from a pitcher, I don't think I will ever say that. I will gladly pitch out of the windup anytime I possibly can as opposed to the stretch. But hey, hats off to him. He must be a bulldog out there because it takes a special guy to want to pitch to the guys on base.
The hitter will reach, and Eric Campen will now be at the plate. Takes ball one.
This is really another big situation here for Monmouth. For Monmouth, even though there is 2 outs here, I think the runners are going to be going on any sort of contact, so maybe a ball in the gap scores both of them here.
A look at a strike. Caden Addis got to be very careful. Got a 1-run deficit if you're the Titans. 2 outs. 1-1 pitch. Hit into right field. Duff going back on it. He looks like he's under it, and he will make the grab. That'll end the inning for the Fighting Scots. Score stays the same. It's 3-2 in favor of the men in red. We'll be right back on the Titan Broadcast Network and 12-Ounce Sports.
When competition for the best jobs is fierce, how do you set yourself apart? Experience? An education? Yes, but not just any education. At Illinois Wesleyan, we prepare graduates who break through the noise, who run the boardroom, the classroom, the lab, the stage. The best college for jobs in Illinois is right in your own backyard. Reach further, dream bigger, and break through at Illinois Wesleyan University.
Galicio back out on the mound for the Fighting Scots. They find themselves with a 1-run lead, and Cade Tomhave will be at the dish for the Titans, as it looks like they're having a little bit of a meeting by the dugout, probably just trying to get something fired up within themselves to try and get back and tie this one and take the lead.
100%, yeah. I just think if you're Wesleyan, you're saying to yourselves that we've kind of knocked ourselves in the foot a couple times. Obviously, they haven't picked up a base hit yet, so that's kind of a big asterisk on the scorecard so far. But let's get a hit here, get ourselves off to a good start, and pick up some more runs.
Tomhave is the man that you want up if you want to start to do that. He was nice enough to come up here before the game and tell us that he appreciated all we do for the stream, so that was very nice of Tomhave. And I told him he makes our job easy because he's so dang good at the plate.
He does, yeah. It's not fun to call when your guys strike out, but it is fun to call when your guys put a ball in the gap and put a ball over the fence, and Tomhave has certainly done that so far this year. A little side note, I know you mentioned the all-in day Wesleyan had yesterday. Certainly hats off to all the donors. Thank you to all you guys who contribute to Illinois Wesleyan, both for baseball, basketball, football, softball, women's volleyball, whatever sport it is. Wesleyan couldn't do without the donors. Certainly thank you to all those people who decided to donate to Illinois Wesleyan yesterday.
Scott's going to the bullpen, and Caleb Oakes now on the mound for them. First pitch, Tomhave is taken for ball 1.
Like to see Cade here, see if he can find a fastball over the inner heart of the plate and see if he can put one in a gap here.
And right on cue, he'll drop it into right center field. Tom Have, big turn. He's going to stop at first, as that was a large turn. Maybe thought about going for second. Smartly goes back.
Yeah, really smart idea that time from Tom Have. Nice ball. Placed it right in the gap, but one thing that could eliminate that was making a dumb base running decision, deciding to go to second. Nice job by him to take a nice wide turn, but deciding to come back and not force the issue.
Jimmy Gorgoni, the man with the bat at the dish after the single from Tom Have. And a lobbing off-speed pitch from Oaks misses for ball one.
Yeah, that one noticeable sign of a curveball is arc. That certainly had some arc on it.
That one hit in between second and first, and not going from first to third is Tom Have. Again, when you're the Titans, you're wanting to get a run, take the lead, get something going. You don't want to be too aggressive on the base pass, or that's going to cost you.
Yeah, I really like what Coach Keller did right there. He easily could have put a hit and run on with one of his better runners, and Tom Have on first base and one of his better hitters of the dish, but decides to lay back off that time and see what Swanson can do here.
Gorgoni at first, Tom Have on second, and Swanson at the plate. No outs as he'll square to bunt, and it will go foul for strike one. Again, the small ball approach from the Titans. Get him on, get him over. Certainly can hit the long ball, as Gadomski has shown us last couple of weeks, but like the idea of a bunt right here.
Yeah, especially with nobody out. You've got one to spend here.
He'll try to get the bunt down, but once again, it will go foul. Now he's in the hole 0-2. Do you expect another bunt 0-2, or
I wouldn't think so here. You try to get it down with no strikes, no balls. Obviously, he couldn't get it down the first time. Couldn't quite get it down the second time, as we just saw. I like to see him swing away here with 2 strikes.
0-2 pitch gets behind the catcher. Both runners will go, and a little hesitation will be no throw, as Almagar kind of did a double clutch right there, but not even sure that he would get a runner even if he did throw with that hesitation.
Yeah, really interesting, kind of like you mentioned, a double clutch that time by Almagar. It looked like he had his eyes almost fully set on second base that time, even though that Tom Have was just kind of stuck inside the base that time, but the Titans will certainly take it.
So with a 1-2 count, that will miss outside, as Swanson choked up on the bat quite a bit with 2 strikes. Next pitch inside, misses.
Swanson's done a really nice job in this at-bat. Obviously, he got himself in the down 0-2 in a hole early with the two unsuccessful bunt attempts. The nice job of fighting back and first on a full count here.
He's got 2 walks, maybe looking for a third on the 3-2 pitch. And he will get it, as he will head down to first base. Bases are loaded, and once again, the Titans threatening and nobody out. That's a big key.
Yeah, this is definitely a big situation right here for Illinois Wesleyan. Like you mentioned previously, nobody out and a nice hitter at the dish to see if he can find a gap right here and bring in a couple Titans in.
Ben Ford, the man with the bat at the plate, as he'll hit that one into center field. It will be caught. All runners will be tagging. Throw goes to the cutoff man. Throw over to third. Not in time. And the Titans will score on a sac fly. And easy does it for the Illinois Wesleyan Titans.
Yeah, terrific job by Ben Ford. Knew exactly what his job was, and that was get the ball up in the air, hit it hard, hit it deep, and that's exactly what he did, and run in the Titan to tie this game up.
Lummis out there in center field. The one making the grab, as Gage Wolf will step in now. Runners on second and third, as Wolf will hack away for strike one. Swanson is now at second, Gorgoni at third. Off-speed pitch, misses high.
We'll see if Gage Wolf here can shoot one to the right side. Got a pretty large gap as the center fielder is shifting over. We'll see if he can put one right in that outfield gap here and bring in a couple Titans.
This time he lays it off. Good eye. That one was in the dirt from Oaks. Two-one, hit into center field. Run coming in, not going to get it. That's going to drop. They're going to score one run as a long throw, and that's going to allow Wolf to get into second as Lummis showing off the arm from center field.
Yeah, I tell you what, Lummis picked up that thing on one hop, took a large curl hop and let that thing fly, and I think if the catcher would not have been there, that thing might have hit the backstop 3 or 4 rows up here. So center fielder's definitely got an arm.
Smart play by Wolf, though. He knew that that throw was going home, able to take advantage of that, get into second base. Keeps the Titans out of a double play. Ground ball, at least. Morelli's at the plate in an 0-1 count. That one a little chin music inside, brings it to 1-1. In the dirt, good block by the catcher for the Scots in Almagar.
Yeah, another underrated play that time by Almagar. Just a breaking ball that got away from the pitcher for the Scots that time, and Almagar did a nice job of knocking it down, keeping it in front of him, not letting it run to score.
Wolf on second, Swanson at third, a 2-1 pitch. Misses for ball 3. Another 3-1 count for these Titan hitters. They've had no problem at all taking a walk. As that one will find the zone, no swing from Morelli.
Yeah, 3-2. I think Morelli is going to get a nice pitch to hit here. We'll see if he can put a good swing on it.
3-2 pitch. Chopped foul down the third base line as Morelli maybe had a pitch to hit but just missed it.
Yeah, I really don't think that's too bad of a foul ball that time by Morelli. He did a nice job. Pitcher executed a nice high fastball, fouled it off that time, lived to fight another day.
Oaks is set. And once again, that's going to be fouled off on a 3-2 pitch. Dugouts getting a little into this battle between Oaks and Morelli. Titans got Duff on deck. He will watch that one high and inside for ball 4, and that will load him up again for Duff.
Yeah, terrific at bat that time by Morelli. He knew what he wanted. He was looking for the 3-2 pitch. Didn't get it. That time took it for ball 4, and a really nice job by him of getting on base.
All 3 bags are occupied. Still only 1 out. Duff with an RBI and a walk. So he'll hit that one. Tried to go opposite field down the right field line, but it's going to go out of play. Duff trying to bring some runs across the board. As he hits that one towards right field. Coming in, making the catch. Runner will tag. Throw is going to be through the cutoff man as he tried to cut it off, but it'll reach the plate, but it doesn't matter. The Titans will get a run. As a nice piece of hitting right there, sacrificing himself for the run. Titans getting it done on the scoreboard.
Yeah, I really thought Dye did a nice job there of keeping that ball low, kind of a worm burner sort of throw. Not really sure what that first baseman to cut that off, but Titans will certainly take the run.
It's now 5-3 here in the bottom of the fifth. Titans still trying to add on. Hudick at the plate, looks at strike one. Good take by Hudick. Looked like he thought about swinging, but able to lay off the pitch from Oaks.
Yeah, we've seen Hudick as a leadoff hitter a couple of times, 3 or 4 times this game, be patient and take walks. Like I mentioned, just a son of a really good leadoff hitter. Not trying to do too much. Pitcher doesn't give you anything to hit. Take your base on balls.
1-1 pitch. Looked like he took a little bit off of it, but misses the zone. Brings it to 2-1, 2 outs. And that one misses once again. Another 3-1 count. We've seen a lot of those for these Titan hitters. And you mentioned it earlier, Hudick, 3 walks to his name. And he'll add a 4th as he'll trot down to first base. And I don't think that's something you see very often on a stat line. 4 walks.
100%, yeah. When you go back and look at the final stat line, they're going to look at 0 for 4 and you're thinking, well, he had a bad day. Well, not really too much because he found himself on base 4 times. That's just what a good leadoff hitter does. You got to feel like Justin Gadomski is due for a big hit right here.
We would certainly hope that you are correct, as a mound meeting is going to happen for Monmouth. They do have what looks to be a right-hander warming up. Doesn't look like they'll bring him in quite yet, but you can't imagine that Oaks' leash is too long right here with the bases loaded in a tight game. Titans lead it by 2.
No, especially with as quality a hitter as the Titans have coming up with Gadomski and Tom Haven back-to-back spots here with only, I guess there is 2 outs gone, but you still feel like if Gadomski pieces one up here in the gap, that's probably going to be it for him.
The right-handed hitting Gadomski ready to face off against Oaks. As the first pitch taken low and inside for ball 1. Next one from Oaks. He goes back outside now and misses the location. 2-0.
You definitely can't think Oaks is too comfortable with the bases juiced here. Even though he has produced 2 outs out of this inning, he's still given up a couple of runs. We'll see if Gadomski can add on right here.
2-0 pitch, smoked right back up the middle past the second baseman. That's going to score a couple of more for the Titans. Wolf is in. Throw into the cutoff man. That'll bring another run in, and Luca Morelli, excuse me. And the Titans once again extending their lead. It's now 7-3.
Yeah, you knew Justin Gadomski was just too good of a hitter for this Monmouth pitching staff to keep down. He got a fastball that time in the outside corner. Did a nice job of poking it right into right field and bringing a couple of the Titans to extend this lead.
Scots are in danger of letting this inning get away even more from them, as that one's in the dirt. To the hitter, Tom Have. Gadomski yesterday continuing his success from yesterday as that one's fouled off. He had 3 hits, and all of them were doubles.
That is quite the efficient stat line right there. I tell you what, if I was still a hitter, I would probably trade most days for that day right there. No better feel when you piece the ball up in the gap and you get to run the bases a little bit.
1-1 pitch is out of the zone. Ball 2 to Tom Have.
You also got to feel like Tom Hafe is kind of due right here. He's barreled a couple balls up that have resulted in outs so far tonight, but you got to think he's due for a big hit right here. Ooh. Or he's due for a big hit by pitch.
Maybe a little bit of a different hit than you were talking about, but he will take that one right on the shoulder and go down to first base. Definition of taking one for your team, but that'll load him up again.
Yeah, right, and really nice job by Tom Hafe. Didn't really waver that time. He did what every coach teaches, which is tuck and roll that front shoulder in. Make sure none of your valuable parts get hit.
Jimmy Gergoni now with the chance. Once again, bases loaded, 2 outs. Strike one is called. So far, Titans have put up 5 in this inning as strike 2 is called and looked at by the hitter Gergoni. Oaks with an 0-2 count. Swing and a miss, strike 3, as Gergoni will go down swinging, and the Titans leave them loaded, but they get a couple of more runs, and they lead it 7-3 as we're headed to the top half. On the Titan Broadcast Network and 12 On Sports, we'll be right back.
Why is Illinois Wesleyan the #1 school in Illinois for jobs? Maybe it's because we're the AND University. That's right, A-N-D. And here you can explore the arts and study in a pre-professional program, double major, and play a sport, do an internship, and study abroad. Your opportunities are endless. Set yourself apart with a degree from Illinois Wesleyan.
The offense showing up for the Titans in their half of the inning. They find themselves ahead now by 4, and they will turn to the lefty in Marshall Ingold as he will face Aiden Scott as Hunter Wheat, as the first 2 hitters for the Scots. And really before the Titans got that big inning on the offensive side of the ball, kind of a back and forth game. Good to see the Titans, though, kind of break it open.
100%, yeah, you had to really think that it was coming at some point for the Titans. They really just could not get anything cracked the pitching staff from Monmouth, but that inning started off with a couple of walks, couple of barrels by the Titans' better hitters, and they find themselves out 7-3 now. Good to see.
Leading up from Monmouth, number 9, Aiden Scott.
Scott's in the box. Ingold is ready to go. First pitch, contact is made. It's going to be hit out to William Duff, and he'll be under it for an easy first out for Marshall Ingold.
Man, I could be wrong about this, but I believe William Duff has now picked up the last 4 outs of this game. Because I know for sure he had the last 3 of an inning, but I don't remember if it was last inning or the inning before.
Either way, he's certainly getting a lot of action out there in right field, which probably feels good for him.
That and his fielding percentage is going way up because he's made every single play. Every single ball that's been hit out to him, he's made a play on it.
I got to think that, from my perspective at least, that being an outfielder, as that one's swinging a miss way out in front, being an outfielder has got to be probably one of the loneliest positions on the baseball field.
Yeah, because you like to think you can talk to your buddies in the outfield, but you really can't, and the infielders are all focused up, so you're just sitting out there. I know this prototype we see a nasty pitch that time from the Titans picking up a strikeout, kind of the prototype as you're picking daisies out there, which sorry to all my outfield buddies, but that's not exactly true. But it isn't a very important job, though. You got to make sure you stay engaged out there because you never know when a ball can come your way.
Ingold doing his part, getting the strikeout. Bringing up Almagar at the plate now. Almagar with a strikeout to his name. It's a good off-speed pitch, drops in for a strike. One and one the count with 2 outs. That one smoked down the left field line, but it's going to be slicing foul as he pulled it just a little too much to his pull side.
Yeah, he definitely got the pitch he was looking for that time on a 1-2 count. I think the Titans pitcher might have wanted to head that one back, but lucky ended up in a foul ball.
Ingold set and ready for a 1-2 pitch. He'll go back to the off speed, but misses his location. Looked like a pretty good pitch, but laid off did Almagar.
Yeah, Ingles done a nice job in this inning of mixing in off-speed pitches. He's got a really nice breaking ball from the left side, comes left to right against hitters. Done a really nice job of mixing that in here and getting outs.
And with 2s across the board, Algar will spoil that pitch. Live to fight another day. Get ready for the 2-2 pitch. This time, another breaking ball gets the swing and a miss for the strikeout.
He definitely mixed in his breaking ball this inning. Goes back to right there and gets strike 3.
That will wrap up the inning for the Titans as the bats will come out once again, leading it 7-3 on the Titan Broadcast Network and 12 on Sports. We'll be back.
OSF Healthcare Cardiovascular Institute has been named one of the top hospital systems in the country for heart care. This prestigious award by the American College of Cardiology comes from our commitment to providing the highest quality of care, from general cardiology to complex surgeries and the latest technology. Nationally recognized heart care right here. OSF Healthcare Cardiovascular Institute.
What is
Brandon Coates is the new guy on the mound for the Fighting Scots, the right-hander coming in. He'll face Casey Swanson as his first batter. And really the Titans, feels like maybe one of the few times last inning that they were able to get through an inning without any kind of pressure. Certainly feeling good with a 4-run lead, but you always want to have those innings, get your offense right back up to the plate and try to do some more damage.
That's exactly right, and the Titans would really like to capitalize on certainly a hot inning last inning with the bats finding a couple of gaps. I like to see the Titans find a couple more gaps and really extend this lead out and take the pressure off.
Saw last night the Titans giving up a 3-run spot in, I believe it was the 4th inning. That kind of got them behind the 8 ball early. They're again able to come back in the 9th. Gave it up in the 10th, but we've seen them get down early. Now they're able to score a little bit earlier in this game as that one's fouled back for a strike, but can make all the difference if you're able to score earlier in the game and kind of spread it out. Last night they were able to spread it out, but in the last 3 or 4 innings, not the recipe for success, but they got the recipe right now for success in this one. big swing and a miss. Swanson, 3 walks on the day. We've seen a ton of them for the Titan hitters. He'll make contact with that one, though, and in left field, under it and making the grab for the Fighting Scots is Makovic.
A nice shot by Makovic, getting himself position onto the ball. Sometimes a little tough to check the thing in the lights, but a nice shot there, getting out number 1.
So after the fly out to left field, it's Ben Ford at the plate. The right-handed hitter with an RBI and a walk. As he'll think about swinging, but doesn't matter. It's called strike 1 in the zone. That one's scorched over between first and second. That's going to get through, as that'll be a single for Ben Ford. And always nice to see your hitters have the ability to go opposite field when they need to.
Yeah, that was a really nice job by Ben Ford that time. Good inside-out swing, got the inner heart of half of the baseball and just shot it down. Just shot right past first base for a nice base hit.
Gage Wolf now, after Ben Ford's single, giving him an opportunity to get something going at the dish. First swing on it, gets through the hole between third and short, and yet another single for the Titans. Keeps the line moving, this time going to the left side of the infield, as the previous at bat went to the right side.
Yeah, nice job by Gage Wolf that time, using all fields. Got a fastball on the outside corner. Said, I'll take it that way, and is exactly what he did, spraying that ball to the right side and get himself on base, and the Titans have first and second with just one gone here.
Now, Almagar behind the plate was looking to his dugout, maybe trying to get a sign for his defensive alignment, as the first pitch is popped up. First baseman over there for Monmouth, able to make the grab, as that was a very, very tough play, running backwards, kind of Willie Mays style at first, finding it in the air.
And that was a really nice job by the first baseman from the Fighting Scots of getting himself number 1, finding the fence, and number 2, finding the ball, getting himself under and making a tough play.
So it'll keep the runners where they're at, and William Duff has the bat in his hand and is ready to go to work against Brandon Coates. So look at a first pitch out of the zone for ball 1. Ford at second, Wolf at first. As that one's hit over to the shortstop, doesn't get it, slides through. Rounding third and coming home is another run for the Titans, as runners will go into second and third now, as Ben Ford able to score on the RBI double, as that one barely squeaked through for a hit.
Yeah, that one was really close that time. The shortstop was shaded towards third base a little bit at that time with the right-handed batter up. Slugging right past him for a base and able to bring it home another Titan for another run.
So a double and a couple RBIs now for the Titans. So Duff finds himself standing out there at second. Wolf is at third. The first pitch called a strike for Hudick. Good job by Almagar blocking it in the dirt. It's a 1-1 count to Hudick. He's got 4 walks to his name. So he'll take a pitch for a strike.
Nice pitch that time from Coates. Came back with a nice fastball on the inside corner. Picked up strike number 2.
Coates is set. 1-2 pitch. In the dirt, another good block by Almagar.
Safe to say that Almagar is definitely getting his money's worth back there out of his catcher's gear. He has blocked several balls tonight that have kept Titan runners at bay.
They'll get set again. Hudick ready for the 2-2. Spoils a good pitch back towards the houses behind us. Get ready to do it once again. Coates versus Hudick in a 2-2 count with 2 outs and 2 runners on. This time they go with an off-speed pitch, missing 3-2.
Really good look that time from Hudick. Could have chased out of the zone on that breaking ball, decides not to, and now he's worked himself to a full count.
Walks have been the name of the game for Matt Hudick, 4 already. 3-2 in the dirt, taken for ball 4, a 5th walk for Matt Hudick. And that will load him up for Justin Gadomski.
I can honestly say I've watched a lot of baseball, and I can't say I've seen a guy walk 5 times like Matt Hudick has done tonight. Really impressive job by him. It was being a good patient hitter and taking what the pitcher gives him. That's been walked so far.
Shortstop Gadomski 1 for 4 as he'll hit that one a little right up the middle, nabbed by the shortstop. Long throw, but they're not going to get him. And 2 runs will score now. Heads up base running by the Titans. Duff will score as the second run. And the Titans just adding once again a lead. Gage Wolf also scoring on that play.
Yeah, terrific job by William Duff that time. He was running on second base. You saw whiffing around the bases that time, the second guy in. But tough. Monmouth wasn't exactly thinking we're going to see a second guy across the plate this time. Good aggressive base running by the Titans.
First pitch taken for a ball to Tom Have.
Nice to see the Titans kind of separate themselves from Monmouth. Fighting Scats put up a pretty good fight in those first couple innings, but the Titans, it's been all Titans since the 4th inning.
As that one's hit into the gap, it's going to look like it's going to get down. Long run, he can't get it. It's going to be extra bases for the Titans. 1 run will score. 2 runs will score as that's going to be a 2 RBI double. And the Titans breaking it open even more as they add a couple of more runs. It's now 12-3. Tom Have showing why he leads the Titans in almost every category on the offensive side. Gergoni at the plate now. Ball gets away, but no harm done. He'll stay out at second.
You gotta feel like Gergoni's due for a hit right here. All of his buddies have picked up one. Nice to see him put a ball in the gap right here.
Only 1 for 3 as he'll turn away from that one. Ball 2. Does have a walk to his name, but he also has a strikeout. That one called a strike as facial expression from Gergoni may be telling us he doesn't agree with the pitch, but whatever the home plate umpire says goes. Two one in the dirt. Catcher can't find it. Runner advances.
Terrific read by Kane Tom Have over at second base. A lot of guys would have been content with just staying on second, not Kate Tom Have. He's thinking every opportunity I can get to steal base, I'm going to take it.
Almagar been really, really good behind the plate for the Fighting Scots. Just not able to find the ball on that pitch. As a 3-1 pitch to Gergoni is in there for a strike. And again, once Gergoni not agreeing with the call. Sure, a couple, maybe 10 or so other umpires in the dugout not agreeing with it.
Usually when it comes to a bad call, I think Wesleyan's got about 37 umpires down there. All happen to be wearing green Titan baseball pullovers, but a lot of people think they're umpires when things go wrong.
3-2 pitch coming with 2 outs. Titans lead it by a score of 12-3.
I think the phrase goes, it's easy to be a quarterback on Mondays, is what my dad says a lot.
3-2 pitch. That's a little chopper. Going to be a tough play. Third baseman ranging over the throw. And they get him. Oh, my. What a play by Aiden Scott. Long run in. He's able to get the runner, though.
Yeah, really good overall play by both sides. Aiden Scott picking up the run, and good run by the Titans hitter that time, busting it down the line.
That'll end the inning for the Titans. They find a couple of runs. They lead it 12-3. You're watching Illinois Wesleyan baseball on the Titan Broadcast Network and 12-ounce sports.
Why is Illinois Wesleyan the #1 school in Illinois for jobs? Maybe it's because we're the AND University. That's right, A-N-D. And here you can explore the arts and study in a pre-professional program, double major, and play a sport, do an internship, and study abroad. Your opportunities are endless. Set yourself apart with a degree from Illinois Wesleyan.
Berg drives one in the air to center field. This is down for a base hit. The Titans are going to win the ball game. Ethan Berg walks it off, and the Titans storm all the way back with 9 runs in their last 2 innings. They win it tonight 13-12.
Oh my gosh, yes.
It's top 7 here at Jack Hornberger Field. Titans lead it 12-3. As really a well-rounded performance for the men in green and white. Offense, defense, pitching. Everyone doing their part, and that's why they find themselves with the score the way it is.
Yeah, and the reality of the situation is early in the contest, it was the pitchers in the defense that are picking on the Titans offense, but certainly the bats have kind of been awoken in this contest and picked up 12 runs since then.
Ingold back out on the mound for the Titans. He looks to be ready to go to start the top of the 7th. First pitch hit by Loomis. Fouled back and out of play for strike 1. Next pitch misses outside for a ball. Ingold doing a nice job so far coming into the game for relief. He's got 2 strikeouts, no hits and no runs given up, and no walks. This time throws an off-speed pitch, grounded over to third. On it for the Titans is Gergoni, and that'll be the first out of the inning.
Yeah, really nice play on both ends by Gergoni and Swanson that time to pick up the first out of the inning for the Titans.
Nathan Reed, 3 walks to his name, one of the Scott hitters. With a bunch of walks as he'll take a first pitch strike. Looks like Ingold tried to lob a on-off speed pitch right there, misses.
Yeah, he's throwing a couple on ice breaking balls here to start off the bat.
1-1 the count to Reed. This time he goes with a heater, misses it back outside once again. Long pause on the 2-1 pitch. They tried to go inside with a breaking ball, missed it, 3-1.
Yeah, you like to see Ingold come back here with a nice competitive fastball and force a full count.
He will get the strike call, brings it full. Good job to battle back in the count. Reed now has to choke up on the bat. And the 3-2 gets away, ball 4 for the walk. So just as the Titans have a couple of hitters with a lot of walks, that's Nathan Reed's 4th walk of the day. And Alexander Dye now up, he's 2 for 3.
It'd be really nice if the Titans could find a way to get a ground ball and roll up a nice 2-ball here.
Hopefully that's just what the doctor will order. There's one out, top of the 7th. Titans leading it 12-3. As an off-speed pitch drops in, but not in the zone.
Yeah, I really thought Ingold did a nice job that time of taking a little bit off the curveball and making sure it got into the zone. Obviously, the umpire saw a little differently.
This time he speeds it up, gets the foul tip for a strike.
I can't lie, I forgot there was a screen there for a second. I thought that was coming screaming right back at us. I don't know which way I was going to dive quite yet, but I was going to have to figure it out fast.
1-1 pitch, misses, ball 2. Can be quite scary sitting right back here behind home plate sometimes.
I can't imagine trying to be in the umpire behind home plate, seeing everything, all the pitches come at him. And
that's when you got to forge a really good relationship with the catcher, whoever's in front of you, as that one's fouled off. Brings the count to 2s across the board for Alexander Dye facing Marshall Ingold with 1 out and a runner on. And once again, he'll foul it towards that parking lot.
Tell you what, man, anybody who parks in that parking lot must really enjoy gambling, because they are gambling with their cars. I bet if you come to every Wesleyan home game and park in the same spot every home game, I bet your car is bound to get hit at some point.
It certainly is, as a swing and a miss will get the strikeout for Marshall Ingold, and that will be 2 outs now in the inning, and bring up Raul Guillermo. And Reed still out at first base for the Fighting Scots. Guillermo with 3 plate appearances and a hit and an RBI. And certainly for the Fighting Scots, if they want to find themselves back into this one, they need to find something probably in this inning, if not very, very soon, down by 9.
100%, yeah. If the Fighting Scots have any sort of fight in them left in them, it's got us right now. I find a way to get more guys on base and start scoring some runs here.
The Titans score a run in the bottom of this inning. It will end it due to the run rule. as we have a little pause in the action.
Can't say I know what that pause was for.
Either way, it's an 0-2 count, and Guillermo looked like he wanted to tee up that one really bad with a big hack.
Yeah, Guillermo was, I think he was looking to put that one off the Ian emergency room over at the hospital a few hundred yards away.
We'll do it again, 0-2 pitch. That one taking off a little bit of speed, fouled back. Got to give credit to Guillermo right there. He's seen fastballs, now he's seen an off-speed pitch laid back on it.
100%, yeah, it's not exactly easy as a hitter when you see a fastball lay off a curveball.
0-2 pitch once again. That's going to be blooped, but right to the second baseman in Wolf, as the defense for the Titans in the right spot at the right time. That'll end it. We're headed to the bottom of the seventh. Titans lead it 12-3 on the Titan Broadcast Network.
When competition for the best jobs is fierce, how do you set yourself apart? Experience? An education? Yes, but not just any education. At Illinois Wesleyan, we prepare graduates who break through the noise, who run the boardroom, the classroom, the lab, the stage. The best college for jobs in Illinois is right in your own backyard. Reach further, dream bigger, and break through at Illinois Wesleyan University.
We are just about through 7 innings. It's the bottom half of the seventh. Titans leading it 12-3. Michael Eganhouse, Tyler Swanson with you on the call on the Titan Broadcast Network. We're hoping you are enjoying the stream, as the Scots have a new pitcher in Nick Villa. And at this point, that's probably just a move for the Scots to get another arm in there and getting to see some action.
And really, for the Scots, you're just hoping right here that the Titans don't pick up one and end this thing, right? So you're hoping that Villa can come in here, get 3 out, shut it down, and get yourselves back in the dugout and hope to score some more runs.
Titan offense certainly capable of doing just that, finding a couple of runs. They found 12 already. We'll see what they can come up with, as the first hitter for the Titans will be Casey Swanson. As busy day here busy night, I should say, at Illinois Wesleyan. There's a lacrosse game going on over at Tucci Stadium.
It's always busy at Illinois Wesleyan.
Always
something going on. Baseball, softball, football, women's basketball, men's basketball. Something's always going on here.
Certainly, I know me and you appreciate Tyler Wilson, who is head of the streaming here at Illinois Wesleyan, and all of his crew. Appreciative of all the work that they do to put these streams on for those watching, as Casey Swanson is ready to go against Nick Villa, the lefty. As wastes no time, hits that one down the left field line. It's going to be a fair ball, and it's going to be extra bases for the Titans. Casey Swanson easily strides into second base with a double, and that's how you want to start the inning right there.
Yeah, right there. The Titans just chasing 1 run here in the bottom of the bottom of the 7th. To meet that 10-run rule, but nice swing by Casey Swanson, inside out. Caught an inside fastball right on the thick of the bat and sprayed it the other way for a nice double.
Swanson with the leadoff double, setting his buddy up with Ben Ford. And a runner in scoring position. Ford is 1 for 2 in RBI and a walk. And a large hole between first and second. If we've seen a couple of hitters for the Titans go opposite field, that would be the time to do it right now, as the first pitch is taken for a strike. They're both set for the 0-1 pitch. Off-speed pitch looked pretty good, but maybe just a bit high for a ball. Villa trying to keep the Titans at bay with a 1-1 pitch. Misses outside, 2-1. Ford's got to be looking for something to drive here. Doesn't want to be over aggressive.
Nice take that time from Ford. He was looking for a fastball. Wasn't exactly the spot where he wanted it. Took it for ball 3. Sets up what should be a good pitcher to drive.
3-1 count. See if Villa gives him the pitch to hit. And that one, not a good pitch to hit, but he'll take it for ball 4, 2 on for the Titans. That'll bring up Gage Wolf, 2 for 4 in RBI. And again, with 2 on and nobody out, another great opportunity for the Titans.
This would certainly be a nice opportunity to Gage to pick up his 3rd or 4th RBI of the night and knock in the game-winning run.
He squares the bunt. He'll get it down. It's a fair ball. Throw over to first. Off the bag, but he comes back in time and he gets the out. Athletic play by the first baseman and Nathan Reed right there.
Yeah, there was nothing easy about that play by Nathan Reed that time. He had to come to his left, extend, grab the ball, come back to the base, and tag it, and then come back in the middle of the field and look for runner possibly going home. Nice play by Nathan Reed over there for the Fighting Scots.
Titans find themselves runners at second and third, 1 out. Luca Morelli at the dish. First pitch inside. He chose to go after it, and it's going to be a foul ball. Unfortunate break as it makes contact.
Yeah, really, if anything, that was more of a protection swing that time from Luca. He really wasn't trying to get hit. Wants to get a base hit to knock his buddies in to win this one.
Set for the 0-1 pitch. That one finds the outside part of the plate, strike 2.
We'll see if Villa comes with a fastball here, if he goes back to that breaking ball with 2 strikes.
Oh, 2 pitch, chose to throw the heater inside. It's a ball. Count 1-2 to the hitter Morelli. Good eye by the hitter Morelli. Laid that one off. Tried to hit the outside part of the plate. Doesn't get it.
Yeah, just like you mentioned, nice shot by Morelli. Look, knew what he was looking for there with 2 strikes. Wasn't quite close enough. Took it for ball 2.
2 balls, 2 strikes. Next pitch coming. That is watched for ball 3. That was a close one.
Yeah, another nice job by Luca. Another nice job by Luca Manoia that time. He knew what he was looking for, and he's going to get it right here, 3-2.
Three-two pitch as time is called, and that's going to be pitch clock violation, so ball 4, and that'll load them up. And if you're going to give a ball to a hitter, that's not the way you want to do it.
No, that is certainly something I've never seen. I've seen it a couple of times in Major League games, but I've never seen that in the college game.
That'll load the bases up now for William Duff. Still only 1 out. Duff goes after the first pitch, fouls it back for strike 1.
So obviously, as some rain starts to fall here on Jack Hornberg Field, obviously college has adopted the pitch clock rule, but have they adopted the pickoff rule that the MLB has, where you can only throw over twice before it has to be an out. I think based on the amount of pickoffs that we've seen, I think it's safe to say that they have not adopted that rule.
That was a big swing and a miss from Duff. It is quite interesting seeing the different rules being adopted at the different levels and what level picks up what rule. As an 0-2 pitch is ready to be thrown to William Duff. Bases loaded, 1 out. He'll pop that one up. In foul territory, comes back, and it's dropped by the Scots. But once again, a tough play.
Yeah, tough play over there for the first baseman from the Scots, but that was about as close as you can get from catching a foul ball and tapping it into fair territory that time. I mean, they were right on the foul line.
Could have gone either way if you're a Titan fan or a Fighting Scot fan, but it will be an 0-2 count once again. That pitch, good job by the catcher Almagar, blocking it, keeping everyone at their base. As Villa takes a little bit of a stroll off the mound and gets back on it, trying to just calm himself a little bit. Swing and a miss for strike 3. A good pitch from Villa gets the strikeout. There's now 2 outs. Bases are still loaded for Matt Hudick.
Well, we know Matt has been Mr. Walk so far today, and a walk does exactly what a base hit does in here, and that's bringing the game-winning run. So let's see what Matt can do here.
Umpire out there at second base, motioning a little bit to Villa to try and speed it up a little bit, I think. As the first pitch is outside to Hudick, ball 1. Five walks for Matt Hudick today. Would not be surprised if maybe that's some for the personal record, but that's going to be hit into left field, and that's going to score, and that is going to do it as the Titans will run rule the Fighting Scots of Monmouth. And that's exactly what you want if you're the Titans. You come back after a tough conference loss. You run rule Monmouth. Final score is 14-3. Just a great performance all around.
Yeah, really nice looking man from the Titans. A little stagnant offensively to start the game, but the bats certainly picked it up, contributing to 12 runs. Contributing to 14 runs. And picking up a nice W versus the Fighting Scots.
So good to see the Titans bounce back as they had a little bit of a conference break. And they'll be back at it in conference in their next couple of matchups as they go back into a long stretch of conference play. But that'll be it for the Titans as they win it 14-3. Stay tuned, though. We're going to have some post-game coverage and hopefully a couple of interviews. Will get you that information soon. But right now we're going to take a quick break on the Titan Broadcast Network, and we'll be back with more post-game analysis right after these messages.
OSF Healthcare Cardiovascular Institute has been named one of the top hospital systems in the country for heart care. This prestigious award by the American College of Cardiology comes from our commitment to providing the highest quality of care. From general cardiology to complex surgeries